Hey, welcome to our channel. My name is Boke Tefe.
And I am Inifome.
So we're going to be reviewing the book, which we gather is like the 5th time it's going to be adapted to screen. And it's a classic actually because everybody loves Jane Austen. And it's her book Persuasion by the same name, Persuasion. So yeah, so there's going to be like a modern twist. Netflix claims that this is like a modern twist to Jane Austen's book Persuasion.
Language just yeah.
You noticed? I noticed too. Like I'm like
X.
X's. I said X's. I was like okay, but yeah. So we saw Persuasion yesterday. It came out on Netflix. It's currently streaming on Netflix since on the 15th of July, and we had to see it immediately. We saw the trailer. We just knew that we had to see this movie. So here's our review. And please note that we didn't read the book. So yeah, we feel kind of. Well, what down?
I really want to know your opinions. Those of you who have read this classic, tell us what you think about it.
Yeah.
But honestly, maybe I enjoyed it. So let's see if you like.
Have you seen the critics? Like it's not looking good. But anyway, let's just talk about it.
So 8 years after Anne rejected the love of her life, Frederick Wentworth, she still regrets losing him and allowing herself to be persuaded to let him go because he's just a poor lieutenant in the Royal Navy. She still lives 8 years after. She's still living with her father, Sir Walter Elliot, and her elder sister. But now they have to move to Bath because her father, they are in big debt, all thanks to her father and his excessive spending. Now they are in debt and they have to move to Bath. So she has to go back. So she has to go to Upper Cross to go and meet her sister Mary and stay with her. During her stay with Mary, she meets once again. She sees Frederick Wentworth for the first time in 8 years. They meet again, and this time around he's older and richer, and he's now a captain in the Navy. But now he resents her for breaking his heart. Yes, he does. He resents her for breaking his heart 8 years ago, and he's kind of mean and tough to her.
He's not mean. He's just distant.
He holds some kind of resentment towards her because of what happened between them 8 years ago. Now Anne has to either follow her heart or
Watch him fall in love with
someone else.
Marry someone else. That's Lisa, who happens to be the
Sister-in-law
of Mary.
Yeah, so that's just what this.
So yeah, Persuasion is basically about a love lost and moving on, and how time really does not heal all wounds. So that's what it's basically about. And yeah, I enjoyed it personally, but when we
Funny.
it was funny, and it was a breath of fresh air for me. And when I saw the negative reviews, especially from people who have read the book, because I understand their pain, because when you take a classic like that and it's destroyed in a way like like it didn't live up to your expectations, it's normal. I'll definitely be on the side, but I feel like, oh, am I missing something on the other side? And at the same time, I am actually content with what I saw. There were some things that were actually, when she said exes, I'm like, there's no need for exes.
We're now worse than friends.
We're
not worse than exes. We're friends.
She said when she was bringing out his clips of like the newspaper, like she'll be following up with him. They're just trying to like bring it that okay, yeah, this is old times, but we can still relate to what you guys are doing in contemporary times, where you are following the person's social media and the person's achievements. Then when she said, oh, he made a playlist for her, the music notes.
I'm like, playlist.
So there was really that need to have that contemporary touch by all means necessary. And I noticed, that's what I'm just going to say. And it's not like I just noticed. So that's just it. But overall, I don't know what people are really bashing this story for so much, because I enjoyed it. Maybe I needed a movie at that time. It's just really like a simple feel-good movie that you just watch and laugh. Is it Mr. Elliot or Sir?
Mr. Elliot.
Elliot was so funny.
Anne's
cousin actually, and he was kind of almost becoming.
I think he was like my favorite character.
I enjoyed Dakota's acting. I don't.
Yes, I enjoyed her acting. I
don't
enjoyed
know,
her.
I was really bashing Dakota, and I'm like,
It's what the director wanted.
I don't know.
And it really connected us. Like we had like kind of like inside joke with the actress. Like you know when she talked about her family, when she describes the family that this is what her father does, this is what Mary does. Mary doesn't. Mary's not attentive.
Yeah,
And it's just like when you are sharing glances to your best friend and people are discussing like
that narration. It reminded me of The Office. And her facial expressions, honestly, it did. When she smiled at the camera, and when Mary was talking,
the last thing when she smiled, I'm like, oh.
When was talking to her and she was speaking in Italian.
Yes.
She did
that reminded of Dwight and Jim.
She did it a lot of times in that movie, and I just remember The Office. Honestly, I can't even lie about that. But overall, I think Mary was funny. A lot of things to just like, I just feel like it was an okay movie. I don't know why people are bashing it so much.
And there's some notable themes that come with the story anyway.
Yes. There's the heavy theme, which is obviously love, then
learning from your mistakes. Yeah. This I don't know, let me not say stupid. Let me say this silly, it's not silly. The absurd way of saying of social classes, this person's not meant for you. It doesn't really make any sense. Yeah.
And there's a very important line, I think at the end, where she said, don't allow anybody to, I'm just paraphrasing now, like, don't allow anybody to tell you how to live your life, who to love, and all of that. And that's something that was really in the past, even though we'd like to say, this is no longer 1900 or whatever time it is, it's now the 2020s or 2022. So we still have that thing amongst us where we look for validation one way or the other, by titles, by just one way or the other. There's always that need for validation, and it's not really necessary. I think that's what the movie is trying to point out to us, that
social class and people of the opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just it. Also, I think gender roles.
It was heavy like that, like almost even shoving it in your face, kind of in a subtle way actually, but kind of like, oh, hey, women are not going to do this, women are not going to do that. So that theme was mostly from the character of Mary, her younger sister. Yes, when Mary was, I wonder if Mary was like that in the book actually. I really have a lot of questions.
Because some of the critics that some reviews I've seen, they were like, no, this is not what Mary is like. I really don't know. If Mary is different from this Mary that we saw on TV, I think I like this Mary. She's vain, yes, but she brought spice and
yes, and
she just made the story.
And Elliot, they made me laugh a lot in this movie, so and I needed that. So the father was silly from beginning to end, like he was just silly, and I don't know why is everybody criticizing this movie. It's okay.
It's not so bad.
It's not so bad. I understand why people are so guarded when it comes to historical fiction. I get it. I really do get it, because any little mistake we pointed out that, do you know how I know Jane Austen is like a force in literature. Yeah. This you don't touch Persuasion and ruin it and all of that. I've never seen any of the former adaptations. I've never read any of her books either. But I believe that because for her to be such a force in the literary space, she's obviously good, and I enjoy this movie regardless. Yeah. Definitely book is better. We get it, but for now,
just let us know what you think about this and what we missed out in the movie that would have blown our minds. Yes. So just let us know that in the comment section.
And how would you rate this movie?
I'll give it 4 stars.
I'll give it 3.5. It was okay. It was a feel good movie. It was okay. Because you know why I'll give it 3.5 since you're smiling like that? Because some things were just too obvious. Like they were trying to, like the contemporary thing that they were just trying to drag in. I like when stories are told in a way that I'm not even like it's just coming to me. Like, do you see that? Do you see what we did there? Do you not come to that? You see what we did there? And there was a lot of that moment in this movie. That's why I will not give it 4 stars. But yeah.
Well, I'm going to 4 stars because I enjoyed the acting and everything was just good for me.
3.5 because of that.
And the cinematography too, and I like the set. Like they went to Bath to go and they went to Bath to really go and shoot this movie, and it was really nice.
When they went to the movie,
that's
but anyway, so
So that's it for Persuasion.
And yes, before we go, another thing why I'm giving it to 4.5 of all everybody in that card, 3.5. Sorry, of everybody in that card, the only person I looked like that era person is it Wentworth. That's the person. He had the
Frederick.
yes, Frederick.
Played by Cosmo Jarvis.
Yes, he only one that had the rugged bonds whatever.
He's a captain. He has been.
And if you have seen historical fiction, you know that these are how the men in that era look like.
Yes, like I did not really like
the way he was moving, that longing, that's how they look like then. The longing, that longing look, the his expression, his face, his skin tone, it was just really, had that rugged, that, I don't know how to say it, I don't know about, yeah, and the way those men of that era look like in Europe, I don't know for Europe, but yes, that's how they look like in that era. So yeah, 3.5.
So that you're saying the costume and the makeup team did a very good job for
him. He did well for that part.
I really enjoyed the movie. So that's it for Persuasion. Thank you for watching. So do subscribe, like, and share, and let us know what you think about this movie, and if you're going to be watching it or you're going to be skipping it. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.